most. The idea is that we're not going to be moving.
That is either a long drawn out shush or the weirdest kiss blown in the history of blown kisses. I'm hoping for shush, but I get it. Like, it's annoying to have all of those people booing, even if you're Kevin McCarthy, and he has to look at it. He has to actually see it. And every time Marjorie Greene decides to stand up and lie and point and whatever, he sees that white fluffy mass in the distance step, like he can't help but see it. And I made the joke about chinchillas and all that. I generally think I'm not gonna focus on what people wear or whatever. But that said, others are. So Nikki McCann Ramirez, who's a friend of the show, tweeted this and it was great. Why does she look like an Aspen wine mom who just got banned from her favorite bistro? She totally does. Again, like, this is supposed to be a new Republican Party. They're populists, okay? They're representing the silenced masses of poor conservatives. And the way that they're doing that is booing any attempt to limit the amount that they have to spend on insulin and dressing like a villain from a 70s Disney movie. Like, have they never seen what a regular person wears? You could just wear a regular thing. You don't have to be a weirdo. Again, she can wear whatever she wants. It's totally fine. But I get why Kevin McCarthy, who has to pretend to like these people because he wouldn't have been speaker without them, but he secretly hates them. I like seeing how frustrated he is by their theatrics.
Kevin McCarthy has got to be the guy who continues to screw over any relationships. He's like, you tell your 9, 10-year-old kid, hey, maybe don't hang out with that crew because that crew is gonna get you in trouble, right? It's like the age-old thing you tell your kids. Kevin McCarthy makes horrible decisions about the people he hangs out with because he morphs into their buddy. He openly says and takes pictures with Donald Trump at Mar-a-Lago after January 6th, after he condemned him for doing it, then went there and kissed his ass. Big problem, he has to explain that away constantly. Then a couple weeks ago, he talks about he's never gonna leave that woman by his side. Marjorie Taylor Greene is my friend. She's up there doing things like that at the State of the Union, and now you have to go, because now you have to go on TV and defend the things that she says and does, but you have to try to sound like a reputable politician because you're the Speaker of the House. You finally got what you wanted, and it's a curse because the people that got you there are people like her. That's your crew, and now you have to answer for that crew. That crew will go on Fox News and Newsmax and OAN, if you can find them. You can go on all those stations and go, yeah, I did it, crazy, I got balloons. He can't do that. He's gonna go on Face the Nation to Meet the Press and Fox News and Sundays and all that stuff. And he's gonna try to sound like a reputable person who's trying to get something done when we already know none of them are looking to get anything done. He's just gonna look like the guy who's just lying his way through it. And it's gonna make him look worse, bro.
100%. Yeah, and she's gonna be way more popular with her ridiculous shtick. Yeah, they're gonna like that more.
Gotta stop running with
overall,
that riffraff.
Yeah, exactly. The overall response pretty positive. 72% of viewers had positive reaction to Biden's speech in a CNN flash poll. That's good. Some of that might be baked in expectations, like maybe they didn't expect much from him. It was better than I expected. I liked a good amount of the things he said, as we previewed yesterday on the show. How much he's actually gonna do, that's a different sort of thing. But anyway, some of the limitations in the speech that viewers addressed was 2/3 of watchers said Biden didn't address racial injustice in his address. Notably, more white viewers said this than people of color, 72% to 58%, which is interesting. A majority of survey takers said he didn't address the US-China relationship or inflation enough. I feel like he talked about inflation quite a bit. I mean, what do they want him to say in terms of China? Probably some of them would have loved to have seen more demonization or calls for war or whatever. Like he talked about the balloon or whatever. Like, I don't know. The stuff that I would have liked to have seen is different than what the CNN poll is necessarily including. But I think overall it was better than I would have expected from him. I think the reaction is better than might have been expected even from his team. And the Republican attempts to derail it, I think probably backfired to some extent. It made them look like they were rooting for America to fail. The stuff that, but like Kevin McCarthy can go on Twitter this morning and say it was the most partisan speech ever, which he did. That's nonsense. Biden is not a radical. He's not a partisan. The stuff he said was incredibly reasonable. He could have been way more vicious if he wanted to, and I wanted him to. So I think that they played this kind of wrong, JR, but what do you think?
The way they're going about this whole thing, I guess they're gonna see. That's the idea. Afterwards, they're gonna assume many of the folks that follow them don't actually follow these things as closely or watch it as closely, so they can rebrand it, go on TV and go on Twitter and say what their alternate reality is to the whole situation, and hope that their followers will continue to just follow right behind, sniffing at their heels. But I don't know, man. It's we've seen it before. Every time we expect the reality to kind of shine through because it's obvious, they kind of get a significant portion of their folks to continue seeing it. So it's the basis for the stupidity and the lack of real information that they thrive off of. Hopefully this was big enough event and enough people were responding and talking about it that a little bit of what we saw will actually be seen. I don't know.
Hopefully, yeah.
For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/The Damage Report. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.